Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the fifth installment of my beautiful Swing State Spotlight series. And guys, today we're talking North Carolina. North Carolina, guys, an absolute interesting state, absolute pure swing state. Let's go to the election history on North Carolina. You look, 15 electoral votes. Those are huge electoral votes. They have it right now on 270 to win as a pure toss-up, which I would agree with according to the polls. Guys, I thought I would read off this entire paragraph because it is very interesting. It just goes to show how close the vote was in percentage terms. It says, in 2008, Barack Obama reversed the trend of Republican dominance here, although just barely, defeating John McCain by about 14,000 votes out of 4.3 million cast, 49.7% to 49.4%. That's a margin of 0.3%, guys. In percentage terms, it was the second closest race of the 2008 election race behind Missouri. I didn't even know Missouri was that close. In 2012, North Carolina was, again, the second closest race, this time behind Florida as the state flipped Republican. Mitt Romney beat Obama by about 2%. Donald Trump won the state by 3.6% over Hillary Clinton in 2013. Based on population projections, the state may gain an additional electoral vote after the 2020 presidential election. So that's big news. We may be looking at North Carolina going to 16 electoral votes in 2024. That, of course, is if the Democrats don't get the Senate and the House and then try and abolish the Electoral College. We hope that doesn't happen, guys. We love the Electoral College. But just take a look. Guys, I just wanted to read that out because it is so close. I know it's boring for me to read an entire article or an entire paragraph. It's just, I'm trying to say, it is so close. This state is legitimately extremely close, and it's been a pretty Republican dominance, which kind of surprised me. I thought it was a state that flipped back and forth. As you guys can see, the presidential voting past history, we've seen it go the way of Mitt Romney in 2012. We've seen it go the way of Donald Trump in 2016. It went Obama's way in 2008. It went Bush's way in 2004 and 2000. As we can see there, you take a look at the electoral votes. It's actually gained its power back. Again, they said we could be looking at North Carolina gaining an additional electoral vote due to the population going up. So that is very cool to look at that. We've got Real Clear Politics polls. And guys, here it is. I mean, this is unbelievable. This is what you're talking about when it comes to polling. This is what I love. We've got the spread, Biden plus 0.6. We've got a pure toss-up, guys. I'm just going to read off the recent polls. Biden plus 1, Biden plus 3, tie, Biden plus 1, Biden plus 1, tie, Biden plus 4, Trump plus 3, Trump plus 1. This is what I love, guys. This is the state. This is a pure toss-up. I love it. You could make the argument, well, Arizona is it leans Donald Trump's way, it leans Biden's way. This state, oh, yes. Yes, I love this state. It is such a pure toss-up. You take a look at its polling average. It did have, well, that's in August. I don't pay attention to that. But recently, it did have Biden up a little bit. But, guys, we're coming down to the wire. We are seeing Trump tighten things up in North Carolina. Huge electoral votes here. We've got 538 basically saying Joe Biden is slightly favored, very close, 63 out of 100 simulations. We've got Trump at 37 out of 100. You can see, wow. My goodness. Again, 538 is really, I don't want to hate on 538, but I'm not seeing the polling that suggests Joe Biden should shoot up this high. Now, again, it's kind of coming back down, but it seems like they're picking and choosing the polls to use. I'm not going to hate on 538. It's their polls, but guys, like I always do, I kind of talk about what this, when I do my swing state spotlight, I talk about, what role this state plays in the race. And guys, we know North Carolina is always a pure toss-up. That's what the state is every single 4 years. We see it. It's a pure toss-up. And this year is no different. 15 electoral votes. Donald Trump winning this state would be absolutely massive for him, guys. You can't underestimate that. This, I was talking about Arizona yesterday. This has 4 more electoral votes. So you lose a state like Arizona, but you win a state like North Carolina, like Trump did in 2016, beating Hillary by more than I thought. He beat her by over 3 points. I thought it was closer than that. This one, guys, I think it's within 2 points. I really do. There are so many close states when it comes to the 2020 election. That's why I don't understand the media proclaiming Joe Biden as the very likely winner. We're seeing the data right here, guys. These swing states, you've got a Florida, you've got an Ohio, although I've guaranteed Ohio for Donald Trump. You've still got an Ohio. You've got a state like Arizona. You've got a state like North Carolina, guys. These states, Pennsylvania, even though they say it's a Biden lean, these are states that are pure toss-ups, and this is another one. Joe Biden, if he wins this state, it just opens up all the more paths for him to the White House. I think for Joe Biden, the key is winning Florida. It really is. If Joe Biden wins Florida, it is going to be so tough. So tough. I cannot stress that enough. Florida is the state, guys. I know I'm talking about North Carolina. If Biden wins Florida, it's going to be very tough for Trump. I know you go back to the 2016 election. If Trump loses Florida, he still wins the election. Yeah, that's because he won all the swing states. That's because he won Michigan. He's down in Michigan right now. He's down in a Wisconsin that he won back in 2016. This is a state he needs as well. You don't want to see it flip to Biden if you're Trump. Absolutely important, absolutely critical. The polling is so close. We've looked at its past history. It's leaned Republican, although we saw Obama win it, I believe, back in 2008. Was it 2008? Let me make sure that was correct. Excuse me. Yes, it was 2008. I don't know why I doubted myself. But guys, that is going to do it for this rendition of the Swing State Spotlight Series. North Carolina, guys, obviously this is my 5th state I'm doing. I'm doing more states tomorrow and Sunday and Monday. This is a total digestion on a certain state, a total look over. It's a spotlight. That's what it is, and that's what it's going to be, guys. We have absolutely massive videos coming. Make sure you follow me on all the social medias, especially Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.